This is SJWN123, and I have another tutorial for you. As you can probably tell, we will be going over infantry, and unlike last time, I am a lot more prepared. I've actually spent a good hour or two on our test map today, as you can see, and I actually have a bit of a script in front of me. It's not much, but I'm not gonna forget my topics, hopefully. So let's start out with the infantry, shall we? I'm going to start talking in this test map before we start getting into the game because, as you can tell, I didn't leave myself with much room for thinking. Once we get into the combat, it's probably going to go pretty quick and I won't have time to explain. So, you're going to have two basic types of infantry. Your first one is just going to be your normal infantry, your men-at-arms, your champions, your militia, those types. These guys right here. And they're pretty much going to be a good backbone for any army. So, as you can see, we're going to fight some archers here. And pretty much archers are better than infantry. And especially once you start getting into cavalry archers, the hit and run attacks of a cavalry archer is going to kill pretty much every infantry because they can't run as fast. And so, if you just keep up a level of harassment, the infantry aren't that much of a problem. However, you're never going to fight with just infantry, are you? No, you should never fight with just infantry. However, they are pretty good in giant groups. And as you see, they took out those archers with little problem. I mean, we did lose a few guys, but that's beside it. As I was going to say, they are really good at taking out buildings. As you can tell, they take out buildings better than any other class besides, like, siege units. And maybe villagers with hoarding. I've never really used hoarding myself because villagers should not really be fighting. They should be in the back line supplying our army. And archers, not archers. Next, we're gonna go over how they fare against the cavalry. As you saw in my last video, which was about cavalry. Cavalry are pretty good. They do have a few fatal weaknesses, such as spearmen and pikemen. But, I mean, against normal infantry, like these guys, they're gonna do pretty good. Your average knight should be able to take out 2 or 3 men-at-arms. Because they have twice as much health. Do they have armor? Yes, they have a bit of armor, and they do a bit more damage. So, as you can see, we've lost like 10 guys so far, just in this little fight here. So, yeah, if you didn't see that last time, horses are really good at killing infantry. But I think we're gonna win this. This is, well, we're pretty damaged. But yeah, as you can see, I think that was like 12 horses. It was a mix of scout cavalry and knights, but I think one of them ran this way actually. But that doesn't matter that much. We should probably get on to the next thing, which will be, of course, our next type of infantry, which is the spearmen. Here I just have a mix of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should know these things on hand, but 15 pikemen and 4 halberds, or halberder, or however you wish to pronounce that. Some of these names are not my area of expertise, and as you can see, these guys kind of suck. Except, as you'll see, against horses. They do not do as much damage as, your infantry of the same level, and they don't have as much health, I don't think. Well, no, they have the same amount of health. But they don't have armor. You can get them armor later on, but same thing. As you can see, we've actually taken a lot of damage from that little thing right there. Little skirmish, and that was just like 4 archers. But these and normal infantry will just plow through these guys. Not chat. But, never mind. But as you can see, I have some more horses up here, and this is why you're going to want to add these to your army. That guy's dead already. You see, these cavalry are just. Oh man, it looks like we're not winning, but we kind of are. Well, I may have included too many knights. Knights with a few upgrades are a little bit stronger than pikemen, but it's. Yeah, we've lost, I think, 10 pikemen, but seeing as I had like 30 to begin, or not even 30. Yeah, I think I lost about 10. But, I mean, these guys are a lot cheaper than knights, so that's a really good payoff. And in the beginning of the game, if you find you're getting cavalry rushed, just like one spearman around each of your little material things. If you can't afford towers, just one next to your lumber, one next to your mine, maybe one or two around your town center. That pretty much nullifies any sort of early scout cavalry rush you'll have against you. So yeah, keep that in mind. These guys will kill horses very, very well. As you could see in my last video again, when I had a few spearmen attack my little cavalry force, they did not do anything against them. Alright, what else do I have here? Alright, I said they're cheap, weaker than swordsmen. They excel at killing cavalry. Alright, oh, another thing about infantry, just in general, they're pretty good early defense. Just any type. You just just sprinkle a few around your camp, and that should be good, but you're not. Infantry should make up the majority of your army, and as you'll see in a minute here, I'll show you why. But okay, really nothing to say. All right, next. Ooh. All right, well, that obviously turned ugly. All right, so next, let me show you. All right, this is. I'm not sure if it has like a good name. This is kind of like the shield wall technique, where you use your. I did this really badly, but you use your infantry as a shield for things like archers. Now, as you can see, they're taking the damage, and these archers are staying alive and continuing to put out arrows. Pretty much. Now, when using this method, it is best if you, there we go, if you don't just select all of your units, because when you select all of your units, you see how close the archers are to the swordsmen. That means that they are, well, they're really close to the swordsman. That's what I'm trying to say. So if like this guy walks here, ignore that message, then you know another guy could come in here and start attacking the archer, which we don't want, because we want the archers to continuously provide cover fire and not take damage. So if you have your archers just a little bit behind, this is probably enough. You'll still be able to shoot over, but they're not going to take any damage, because these guys will be occupying your enemy force. Alright, well, I guess I gotta restart the map, because fight broke out. Keep it to yourselves, men. Honestly, don't you have any dignity? No, it doesn't matter. But what I was gonna show you next, this method works a lot better with siege units, but I decided not to show you. Alright, so pretty much you get cavalry, you bring them around, and you attack the units behind while you're. Oh wow, I did this really badly because I did it, so okay, we'll restart. But you bring your cavalry around so that they can attack your or they can attack your enemy's siege units or anything like that. Their siege units, their archers, they will, because that's what they're good at. Not as good with archers, but definitely siege units. As you can see, this is kind of like what happened last time. I keep these guys back, provide a shield, while my cavalry come around and kill these archers. Cavalry are good at killing archers, mainly because of their speed. But as you can see, this is not something you generally want to. I am back. I am horribly sorry, but there have been multiple complications to trying to do this, and if I get interrupted again, I don't know what. First it was Bandicam stopping recording because the 10-minute limit, which is understandable, but it decided not to start a new recording, which I'm not sure if it just doesn't work that way or what, but it stopped. So I was about to show you what will happen, or another shield wall technique using cavalry, which I kind of went over in my last video, but yeah, so let's just get to it. Alright, so as you will recall, I keep trying to select them, but I can't because this is the tutorial, or not tutorial, test scenario world creation thing where I can add tons of units. But anyway, I'll give you a giant battle at the end so you can look at that and just see the awesome power of this game. But now I can select stuff. What? Okay, so anyway, shield wall technique, you saw that a bit in my last video, how I use the cavalry. I'm going to be showing it again. Siege units, got a few archers this time with them, and as you can see, I keep saying as you can see in this video, I'm sorry if that annoys you, but I have like 12 minute arms, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16 minute arms. I mean, we're obviously going to win because we have the knights, and the knights are probably going to be able to kill like 3 of them each, but if, say, we did not have these knights, we would lose. So, this is pretty much just to show you, say for instance these rams were a major problem, or if they were catapults or trebuchets. I mean, if I was doomed to lose, which I'm not, because again I have the cavalry, this is what you want to do, because you want to stop them from advancing into your city any more than they can. So, yeah, the battle begins. Bring my cavalry around to go and take out the things that they hold dear, which happens to be kind of useless. As you can see, we are going to lose this fight here, unless my cavalry interfere, but my cavalry are going for the rams. 1 ram down already, and they're also going for the archers. You'll notice that cavalry, it's not best to have them attack archers, because they're much more useful up front, but that's kind of like something, you know, if you can spare a horse or 2 to go back, then that'll be nice, but not something you generally want to do because they're more useful fighting the normal guys. Enemy of the Franks. Apparently I've done enough of these tutorials, killed the Franks and enough of them, and yeah. Oh man, that was a lot faster than I thought it would be. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also, kind of the killing of the archers is kind of like sweet revenge for all the times they've wronged you with their little bows firing over distances, and I actually love archer classes type things, but, oh, don't hate me. Sorry, I like being able to hit things, but them not being able to hit me. I'm a survivor. See, I'm a survivor. Not that far. I was once, but not anymore. Okay, here's a clip, and I'll give you a hint, I guess, because why not? Master the Rohirrim! Master the Rohirrim! Man, the Rohirrim, that's a cool name, isn't it? Anyway, there's your hint about what's gonna be next. Not that. Okay, good day, and this clip is gonna be the last part. Sorry, this video is kinda long and drawn out, but, it's kinda what happened. It's a Friday night, so I'm tired. It's Friday the 13th, so that's not good. I had a really long day, and today people are giving out Valentine's Day. I didn't get any. Well, whatever. Alright, see ya in the next tutorial, or Star Wars Battlefront 2, or whatever video, but goodbye, I'm drawing out. Why are you running away? Why are you running away? Fight them! Fight him! You've lost most of your health because you've been running away. Kill them in like a minute.